Are you looking for a business consultant? With so many vast choices, how do you find the right fit for your needs? It's simple when you know what questions to ask. Today's local expert on business consulting will shed some light on locating the right fit that'll put your mind at ease in a snap.
You're my first episode of season 2.
Wow. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, welcome to season 2 of Things Have Changed, okay? And this is a webcast, not a podcast, a webcast that we just have a casual conversation of what your business was like before the pandemic and what it is that you're getting through the pandemic and what your foresight is on the future and growing your business after this mess is over with. So, Rashma, I'm delighted to have you here today. Tell me a little bit about life before the pandemic. We met at the Newington Chamber of Commerce in Newington, Connecticut, originally, and since then you were a square on my box at the Zoom conferences every Wednesday. But tell me a little bit about you and your business, and before the pandemic, what were you doing? Anything you want to share. This is unscripted and you can just go.
Yes, thank you. Pandemic, I had a full-time job. I was working in the corporate world as an IT project manager, and then and I used to attend meetings, networking meetings in person. As you know, we met in person first. Right. And so I started my financial coaching business on the side, because it takes time for a business to start. So I was doing both. But in February, I got laid off from my job. I came across a bad manager and he laid me off. You know how that goes.
Right, right. You know, it's funny because people don't quit a job because of the company. They quit because of bad management. Right. Do you find that to be true?
Yes. I was there for 10 years or so. So I didn't have any issues with the company. It was the boss, mine. And I was changing bosses. I was getting new bosses every 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Like in eight years, I had 6 bosses. So the new ones come, they don't know. First of all, they don't know management skills. They themselves are learning on the job. And then they don't know people skills, and they don't know how to deal with people. So we get stuck. The employees suffer. But I had my side business, and everybody's been telling me to quit my job so that you focus 100% on your job. It's tough to juggle both. So when he laid me off, I took it as a boon in disguise that, okay, this is meant to be. I'm supposed to put my full time in my business, which I wasn't, because, fear keeps you back and you need food on the table. So that holds you back. And so I took that as a boon in disguise. And then, so this was end of February, and then the pandemic hit.
Right. Timing is everything, right? Yes.
Yeah. But another boon in disguise is, the way I see it, I got unemployment, and because of the pandemic, the government is giving more money, even for unemployment, right? They gave the stimulus package, they gave the extra $600, which then helped me with, not having to worry about paying my bills and eating and things like that. So that helped out. I'm trying to tap as less as possible in my emergency fund, and being a financial coach, I obviously have an emergency fund.
Yeah, you're on the because of your industry and because of your business, you have the opportunity now to show it, like walk the walk.
Yes.
And this is a perfect storm for you kind of in your niche, in your business. Tell me about your greatest difficulties in the pandemic, because with me, it's the first thing that people cut is marketing. And because on the ledger, on the business ledger, that's an all-out expense. You know, you don't, they think that you don't make money marketing, but they look at it and go, oh, the sales department, they're bringing in this amount of money. Well, they're bringing in this amount of money because of the marketing. So do you cut the marketing and you're cutting their nose off to spite your face? Then the phone doesn't ring and the sales guys aren't selling anything. So what is it what has it been for you at the start of the pandemic? And you were lucky enough to get into the the relief programs, but what has been, as far as growing your business from going part-time to full-time? Oh, you got to do it now. What has been the most difficult part for you during and in the midst of the pandemic?
So that's a good question. So me being new to the business, so there's a whole lot of learning curve, as you know, in the beginning, to set up, to learn all the ropes of how to do marketing, how to do sales. And I was also brand new to social media. In fact, I hadn't even started social media, and the pandemic pushed me because that's the only way you can meet people. So in June or so, I kept away from social media for the longest time. I used to be afraid of it and avoid it as like a plague. And now I had to jump into it. So since June, I've been doing social media. I've been on Facebook and Instagram, LinkedIn. Plus, because of my book, it was important to do marketing. And as you said, marketing and promotion is key. And social media is one of the ways you can do it for free. Yes, it's good to put money, but you can't avoid marketing, as you're saying. And even sales, to do sales, you have to do marketing and you have to talk to people. And the more people you talk to, there's more chances of getting sales. You have to spread the word about your business or your book, in my case. So it is key, and that's how I started. And of course, I got the opportunity to write my book, The Pandemic Budgeting and Finances. And now it's available on Amazon, so you can go check it out. And it's a great gift for the holidays for people.
I've got the link on the screen there. It's a shortener link, but I'm highlighting it here. And you can, if you're on LinkedIn, just press that button here, and you're brought right to the Amazon page. I haven't done it yet. I'm afraid to do it.
Yes.
But that's so key, because right now is the perfect opportunity for people to associate you as a go-to person and an expert in your field, so long as they can see you, can hear you, can, and video is so important. I'm promoting like 2 posts a day, or your followers will go away. I mean, unless they can see you and hear you, then why should I buy that book? I mean, are you sensing that, or are you getting? Yes. Whenever, even in Facebook, whenever I write about me, my personal stories, that's what people get attracted to you, and that's when I get the most likes, loves, and comments. And also, I've started doing Facebook Live. Now it's like this Sunday was the 4th one I did. So I call it my Sunday school, where I teach about budgeting and give knowledge, valuable knowledge about it. Right. So I started that, and I was afraid of. It took me 2 months. I had to psych myself for 2 months to get onto Facebook Live, because it's scary, and you always have this fear of the first, whenever you have to do something for the first time. But you have to get over it and take that first step, which is the most difficult.
And that's what I've been doing all my life. Like, I got out of 2 bad marriages, divorces. I had 2 divorces. My first husband was mentally abusive, and that was an arranged marriage. I don't know if you know about arranged marriages, but
I'm somewhat. I mean, the folks in the American culture don't have exposure to it as much as you were in India.
India.
Okay, so when this happened, you were the story blew my mind when you got married there and you were on a plane to America the next day or hours later. Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, 3 days. I got married. The first time I met him was like April 27th. We got married on May 9th, and then on May 12th, I'm here in the US with an absolute stranger.
Less than a month. Wow.
Yeah, 3 days. It was tough, and then he's
less than a week.
I know, and like first of all he's a stranger to you. And then you coming to a brand new country. You don't know anything about him, and then you don't know anything about the country. So it's a really tough thing to do. And then, I mean, arranged marriages go well most of the times, but sometimes they don't work out. And my ex-husband landed up being mentally abusive. So I left in 2 years.
Yeah, good for you for having the strength to notice and recognize that, because a lot of people don't. But you know, they don't want to be cut out of family or you know, stuff like that. But it's your life, you know, and good for you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, fear holds you back, and you know, what will the society say? And in India, 20 years back, divorces were not common. So it was like, I'm going to have a taboo of divorce and I'm going to be an outcast. So there's lots to consider and think about. But I was 29 years old at that time. I wasn't going to ruin the rest of my life. You know, I was too young to worry about what the world has to say. I have to think of me first. And that's what a lot of people do not do, and they stay stuck in these horrible situations because of fear. And that's another thing. I had my emergency fund in place, my get out of jail emergency fund in place.
Okay.
Gave me the courage to leave that marriage, right? And so that's another thing that keeps people stuck, women especially. Because they don't have their finances in order, they're not financially literate, they don't know how to do these things, they don't know how to manage money, bank accounts, read bank statements, simple things, how much the income is, how much the expenses, they don't even know the basics. So it becomes difficult to live when you don't know where your money is or how to manage it, or how to get rid of debt, how to save. So that's what I help with, because I want to help women to not stay stuck and not suffer. And it's best to learn from somebody else's mistakes, right? I've already made all these mistakes, and I've already know how to learn from all the mistakes. Like my second husband, I was with him 12 years, and he was the best combination you can get. Mental abuser, a financial abuser, and a narcissist.
Well, you know how to pick them, huh?
I know, lucky me.
But you know, the point is, you live and learn, and you have to make those mistakes. You have to fail to succeed, and you're blessed to have it done. Whereas you can propel yourself to help others, and that's a beautiful thing.
There you go. Pretty impressive, isn't it? With the right professional, your search will be quick and easy. Would you like more information? Today's expert can be reached at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching.